Dan terlanjut ingin dah dengar shoot dari saudara Danyo, saudara Danyo yang di Texas. Ke pandangan gaknyan, pendapat gaknyan tu tragedi Jambo Keupoknya. Kepada saudara Madinatul, mic dan tempat Lon persilakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih yang berayat ke moderator ada kesempatannya dan dalam kesempatannya Dom Petro haba ada perasaan bela sungkawa ada apa yang terjadi 20 tahun yang kau likut ada bangsa gedanya dan lagi yang nepegah le rakan-rakan katanya tegolomnya adanya kan si pupui yang kita berdua mentang menangan adanya payah tapi ingat sabe dan payah tuntut sabe sampo katanya tatemung keadilan dan urung-urung yang kajit ke kurban niba kejadiannya dan kejadian-kejadian pelanggaran HAM lain yang terjadi di Aceh, mandu murungan medemung pedahin keadilan menan. Jadi sebab tikolamnya kayak panjang urung-urung rakan-rakan katanya pegah dalam bahasa Aceh, bahasa Melayu dan sebagainya. Jadi ulun akan numpetro narit dalam bahasa Inggris. Lumpur ladies and gentlemen, my name is Madinatul Fajar. I'm the vice chairwoman of Aceh Sumatra National Liberation Front, and I would like to talk to you today about the tragedy that happened in Aceh 20 years ago. So today, we are here to remember and commemorate a dark chapter in the Achehnese and human rights history, the Jambo Keupok killings that unfolded on May 17, 2003 in South Acheh, Sumatra. On the morning of that fateful day, dozens of Indonesian military personnel arrived at the village of Jambo Keupok. After rounding up everyone at the village and separating men from women and children, they shot and killed 4 villagers. 12 other men, who were also beaten, had their hands tied and were taken to a house nearby, where they were locked inside and burned alive. To understand the full magnitude of this tragedy, we must recognize that it occurred between the end of the Indonesian military operation in Aceh from 1990 to 1998 and the beginning of the Indonesian offensive in Aceh that took effect a few days after the incident from 2002 to 2004. During this time, a systemic abuse of power by the Indonesian military against civilians in Aceh was rampant. The people of Aceh, including the residents of Jambo Keupok, became victims of this horrifying cycle of violence and injustice. As we are here today, it is with heavy hearts that we acknowledge the harsh reality. We cannot rely on the Indonesian system to deliver justice in this case. 2 decades have passed, and justice remains elusive. The practices of impunity deeply ingrained within the country have hindered the progress of justice and accountability. It is disheartening to witness how this case, along with countless other human rights violations in the region, has been stymied and left unresolved. Moreover, the recent acknowledgement by the Indonesian president over the country's 12 serious past human rights violations, including the Jambo Keupok tragedy, has proven to be ineffective and has practically no bearing at all in expediting the judicial proceedings. Regrettably, these acknowledgements often serve as mere publicity stunts and campaign moves, crafted to fulfill political motives rather than seeking justice for the victims and their families. It is important to recognize that the practice of impunity goes beyond the immediate consequences of a single incident. It emboldens the government to suppress public opinion and restrict freedom, using these measures as tools to control the population under the facade of peace. This is exactly happening now, not only in Aceh, but also in other parts of the archipelago, such as in Maluku and Papua. We must confront this reality and strive for a society where the voices of the oppressed are heard and justice prevails. In the face of these challenges, we turn to the international community for support and solidarity. We implore our global allies to employ every available leverage and resource to bring the case of Jambo Keupok to the international court. We cannot allow the passage of time to diminish the memory of those we have lost, nor can we allow the perpetrators to evade justice. By seeking justice on an international level, we send a powerful message. Human rights abuses will not be tolerated, and those responsible will be held accountable, regardless of their position or affiliation. Today, we call upon the international community to stand united with us in our quest for justice. Let us use our collective voices and resources to break the chains of impunity, ensuring that the victims of Jambo Keupok and all others who have suffered similar injustice receive the justice they deserve. Together, we can build a future where human rights are respected, upheld, and protected. May the memory of the victims forever inspire us to fight for justice, equality, and a world where no one is above the law. Thank you. Terima kasih kalau do penawate kelong untuk ya petro naritnya lumpulang kelai ba moderator. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih berehat kepada saudara tanya Madinatul Fajar yang di Texas. Dan selanjutnya acara demi acara dan hari dari padibadin bawah saudara tanya kali Petro atau kehadiran dan antusiasi urang-urangnya ke tragedi arah Jambo Keupoknya.